on this computer. Welcome everybody to the amazing Global Music Match party where today I am going to welcome Tapestri, who are a bilingual um, Americana folk act from Wales, who speak and sing in Welsh and English, and who have this really gentle and honest and mellow, nurturing sound that I've been really enjoying listening to. And they're also really funny, which I've been enjoying. So, welcome, friends. And what did you have for
Hello.
breakfast?
Laurie, what did you have? Anything
Well,
exciting?
actually, it was quite nice for a change. I've been on this green smoothie for the last 2 weeks, which is delicious.
Oh,
But I think I overdosed on it on a bit, so I had an omelette this morning.
oh, nice. I had ready brack, which I haven't had for years actually, but I just fancied it, the symphony.
Oh, yeah, good.
What
Awesome.
did you have, you?
I had some chickpea curry. um,
Nice.
yeah. So
Crazy guy.
so we've got. You can probably see everybody. There's names on screen, but we've got Sarah at the bottom and Lowry here at the top left. So for folk new to your music, um, people who've not heard you before, what would you like to share? What would you like to say about Tapestry?
Go, Laurie. You can start.
Okay. Well, we're quite new. Sarah and I met officially back in August. We were both playing in a festival in France. So
2019.
yeah, 2019, and it's quite odd really that we met first, properly in France. You'd think we'd meet in Wales because Wales isn't that big a country, and the music scene isn't huge, but that's where we met. We got chatting over a couple of pints of cider backstage, had a bit of a whinge and a moan about sort of the music business, and decided that we would instead of moaning all the time about what we weren't happy about, we would get together and try and fix the world, basically. So that's what we're doing sort of day by day. It's trying to fix the world.
Yeah, through music. Yeah, we've been feeling for a while, I think individually, that there seemed to be a real lack of women at the festivals that we were going to. There was a big gender imbalance, and we sort of thought, let's kind of put a band together, let's write songs that are important to us as women, and yeah, have a bit of fun with it as well. And we've been writing since October last year. That came to an end in March, obviously, because we couldn't get together. We live 4 hours apart from each other. I'm in the north, Laurie's in the west. And so, yeah, we're kind of really just eager to continue writing when we can, and we're going to try and find alternative ways of doing that other than doing it in person. So that's going to be a bit of a challenge, but yeah, it's see what happens. But that's us.
I think
Anyway,
we were inspired by the same sort of female musicians as well. The female supergroup, sort of US supergroup, the High Women. We love them. Alison Krauss, First Aid Kit, Brandy Carlisle, especially Sarah. Sarah loves Brandy. So they're really strong women, and yeah, we just sort of inspired us really. So like Sarah said, we've been writing, and luckily we've been able to record some stuff during lockdown, sending music back and forth. We've both got studios, so yeah, we've been quite lucky that the lockdown hasn't stopped us. I think actually it sort of pushed us into gear to doing stuff. So yeah, we've been lucky.
definitely, yeah.
Wow, so it's a new project, and yet there seems like there's a lot of energy. And what I'm hearing is that what's important to you um, is to really just like respect women's voices and bring that voice more into a culture where there's not enough of it.
Yeah, I think that's absolutely right. Um, and
Yeah, we're not against men. We just want a fair chance.
yeah, yeah, yeah. But it's also, we've both been writing, performing, and recording for many years individually as solo artists, and there's, which is great, but it's also nice to work with other people and to be able to find someone that you can work with long term as well, rather than just the occasional co-write or the occasional collaboration, but someone that you can connect with and think, okay, we can actually make something here, and we can make this run alongside our solo careers as being as important and as fulfilling. And yeah, I think that's what we've it's still new, but I think that's kind of the direction we're heading.
Right, yeah. It can get lonely, right?
Yeah, yeah, and really stressful. Like we were talking earlier about social media, how much sort of pressure there is there to always be posting stuff and keeping current. And if you're doing it on your own, you can just overthink everything and you can put so much pressure on yourself. But at least if you've got someone else, you're sharing the workload, but you're also able to kind of balance it as well and manage expectations, and maybe not, help the other person not give themselves such a hard time.
Yeah, I think we're very fortunate with the global music match opportunity that we've been given. We can share the workload. There's quite a lot of things that need doing every day and every week, and it's sort of playing catch up quite a lot of the time. And so Sarah's got strengths, and in doing some stuff, I got strengths in other stuff. Sarah's very up with the technology, which is great. And so yeah, between us, we're sharing the postings of the social media, editing, and all of that. So yeah, and we're both learning a lot about social media, which is great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just want to be a snitch and say that before I pushed record, we were all talking about how we wish we didn't have to use social media.
Yeah, I sort of said that quite sarcastically there,
Really good. We're really happy we're learning about social media.
Yeah. There's just so much of it, isn't there? It's like if there was just one thing, but there's and then there's everyone telling you you should be the different people, different age groups, different this, that, use different platforms, and then you're like, oh my gosh, and then you just want to write a song. That's kind of what you want to do.
You haven't got time.
No.
Yeah. Yeah. It sounds like you want to be free to be a human being, and it's difficult in the modern age, right?
It is. But also, like, it is amazing as well. I mean, it's such a great way of connecting with people and fans and friends and family. There is that to it. It's amazing as well, because we're talking to people now because of social media. That's the whole point. So,
Yeah.
yeah, especially now that we can't play live for a while, make the most of it, I think, and try and see the positives alongside the burdens as well.
Yeah, and I follow Thich Nhat Hanh, this Buddhist teacher, and he talks about how to use tools and not have them use us. And it's super hard with these tools which are designed to use us, right? But I think it's still possible. It's still possible to be like, okay, I want to communicate with people and I can do it. I think you're doing that. Like, I can see that you're engaging and doing your thing.
Yeah, it's finding a balance, isn't it? I think there's so much pressure. You feel, you've got to be posting every day and you've got to engage people, and if you don't, they'll forget about you. But also, personally, I don't want to be bombarded by posts. So I think it's just finding what works and how many posts and who you're engaging with, and not going over the top, and at the end of the day, not feeling guilty that you haven't done enough of the social media posting. So yeah, I think it's very, it's difficult to strike that balance. You just have to, go day by day, and hopefully by the end of the day, you haven't been driven mad by it all.
We're learning as we go, right?
Yeah.
So I'm wondering, are there fairies in Wales?
Yeah.
Oh, yes, apparently.
My mum believes in them.
Like, really?
Yeah, she does.
Oh.
Yeah, she says she used to play with them at the bottom of the garden when she was a kid. So who am I to, tell my mum that's not true?
Well, yeah. I'll have to come down and try and go fairy searching with your mum. I don't think they are in North Wales. They must all be down there in the west.
They've emigrated down.
Yeah.
I think it's true, like in Ireland, they tend to be more in the west. I don't see so many fairies in Dublin, but there's definitely fairies in Kerry.
It's too much pollution in Dublin for them, yeah. They need some fresh air.
I think they've emigrated. Yeah.
They're not city folk, these fairies. They're like the rural areas. So
Yeah. And do the fairies help you with your songs?
Can do. I think sort of subconsciously they're there, sort of whispering in your ear, telling you, write the new song about this, and then come and tap on the window at night, and you're thinking, what's that?
It's no way to talk about Lee loading.
You're thinking, is it a vampire or is it, a fairy? And more often than not, it's a fairy, which is good.
Oh. I feel there are no fairies in my life, but I can hope one day that will change.
Yeah, maybe the next writing session needs to happen in the West so that they can come and hang out with you.
Yeah, I think so.
Maybe your mum just needs to have a word with them for you.
Yeah, I could ask her. I mean, I don't know whether they appear to her anymore because she's grown older, so maybe they just sort of appear to sort of younger people. But yeah, I'll definitely have a word with Mum.
Oh,
see what.
Let me know.
Good stuff. So I'm aware you've got this single, E Flam.
Well,
Is that how?
No, that you've got the second bit right. So, Flam.
Flam.
Which is the Welsh single that we brought out a couple of months ago, and so we're releasing the English version this Friday on 25th of September, and it's called Open Flame.
Yeah, so Flam, which is the Welsh version, just means the flame. Yeah, and this new one now is in English, which is Open Flame. And yeah, we've got a music video for it, which we filmed half of it remotely, at a distance. So some of it in the west, some of it in the north. And then when we did have that little window where we were able to kind of travel and get together, which feels like that's kind of stopping again now, Laurie came up to Anglesey and we filmed a couple of sections together. So yeah, the video's got bits of us apart in our own landscapes and then bits of us together.
It's all beautiful because it's all filmed in Wales.
Beautiful. And I've seen the video with you singing the Welsh version. That's the video, right?
Well, yes and no.
just about. We had to sort of record the syncing bits because obviously one's in Welsh and then this new one's in English. But yeah, they're very similar, very floaty, very fairy-ish, like.
Yeah.
I do really get that sense of from the video and from the music. There's a wonderful mellowness and it's sort of enchanting and calming and natural and kind of nurturing. People talk about 70s music and how it was, there's that kind of mellowness where, like, I don't know, I think of someone like Nick Drake, where you listen to it and you kind of go off on the wind, on the breeze, And a lot of modern music is a bit more, whereas there's this sort of I think the reason people like folk music is that it can kind of calm us down.
Yeah, I think even when it's not a slow kind of song, even when it's something with a bit more life in it or go in it, it can still make you feel really calm. Because this song is probably the slowest song and the kind of most kind of relaxing of the songs we've written. We've written some that are a bit more, got a bit more of a beat to it. But I think even with those songs, our aim was to kind of keep it quite organic and quite natural as well. There's no sort of big sounds. It is all quite mellow, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's important as well, like you're saying, like, you know, a lot of the music these days, you just can't listen to it because of the way it's been produced, and it just hurts your ears, I think.
Oh, is it old?
We are all
Music
old,
these
yeah,
days.
no. But it's, you know, it's very hard, you know, production wise, and it's very tinny and all, you know, almost metallic to listen to the sound of it. Whereas, yeah, we just need to go back to the 70s and chill out, really.
I think so many people do, right? When I talk to people about their favorite records or what they just, what they're just in love with, people talk about Joni Mitchell or um, John Martin or Bob Marley, these sort of classic, 70s songwriters and 60s stuff. Um, so I'm aware that we're coming to the end of our time. Um, and I suppose I want to say to everyone listening, please, in the in the text for this post, I've added Tapestry. So please click on that and like Tapestry so you can stay connected to the fairies. Sorry, I'm already going on the fairy trip today. I just thought it was fun. And I'm kind of into fairies because I love that Celtic, old, traditional, mystic worldview. Anyway, so yeah, to stay in touch with this wonderful band and to support this music. And I guess if I could ask you one last question, it would be, what is your hope um, for the Welsh scene?
Okay.
I'm sorry, I'm asking terrible questions. You're like,
Oh no, it's a great question. Great question. The Welsh scene. I the Welsh scene is really varied. It's not what people think. It's just choirs and harp music. Um, there are bands, there are rock bands, folk bands, country music, acoustic, Welsh, English language, other languages. It is really eclectic and diverse, and a lot of bands are getting played on national, international radio who only sing in Welsh, and it works for them, and I think that's great. And I would like to see more people listening to Welsh language music and listening to all languages in music, because it does enrich you to listen to other, and learn about other cultures through their music. And that's what's been great about Global Music Match, is to be introduced to all these different cultures. And
yeah, especially we've got Kaisa Balto in our group. None of us can understand a word she's singing, but it's just amazing to listen to her. So this Global Music Match is, it's opening our eyes, I think, and just we're very fortunate to be part of it, I think.
Yeah, definitely.
yeah, and there's something for me about listening to you sing in Welsh, which is there's an ancient, like fresh, different quality. It's like it. Although we can't understand the words, the sounds of the words and the shape of them and the way that you sing has a certain effect, and like Kaisa does. And um, so thank you for representing Welsh language and representing strong women. My experience of Welsh women is that they are strong women, um, and and we really need more of voices. We really need more women's voices, more varied voices in this world. So thanks, Tapestry, and I will buy you a pizza when I'm next in Wales.
Yeah, I'll hold you to that.
Luke.
Thanks for a lovely chat.
Thanks, pals. Really lovely to hang out with you. Shine on.